2020-4 election campaign, Elon Musk spent $277 million to support Donald Trump and Trump-aligned congressional candidates. This investment has paid off big time as Musk's net worth has increased by more than $100 billion since Election Day. On November 4, 2024, Tesla's stock price was $243. As of the time of recording this video, it has increased more than 60% to almost $400. The consensus on Wall Street is that Elon Musk will be able to influence the Trump administration's policies in a way that benefits Tesla. But if we take a step back from a purely business perspective, Musk's support of Trump is quite surprising. Trump has long been a critic of electric vehicles. Here's a short clip of Trump talking about EVs at a campaign rally in 2023. But I will tell you, they want to take your car industry away. They're going to take it away. They're going to do the electric vehicle nonsense. You know, you drive, you put a little circle around your house. You can't go outside the circle. You'll never come back. You can drive it. The first 10 minutes is one of the greatest feelings on earth. The next hour you're in trauma thinking about where the hell are you going to have the car charged. Oh, you had that. They want our army tanks to be all electric. So that when we go into enemy territory blasting the hell out of everybody, we do it in an environmentally friendly way. Okay? That's what they do. These people are crazy. They're crazy. Before we move on with the rest of the video, we have to take it aside to talk about the electric army tank. After an exhaustive search, I was not able to find any proposals for a battery electric army tank. The closest thing I could find is that the U.S. Army is currently testing a hybrid electric infantry fighting vehicle. The purpose of this has nothing to do with environmentalism. The hybrid electric vehicle has lower fuel consumption, allowing for greater driving. The electric power generation can power more onboard computers and other electrical equipment. Finally, it will be more stealthy with a reduced heat signature and sound. Trump is clearly not a big fan of EVs, and neither are most of his supporters. According to a recent survey conducted by Pew Research, 45% of Democrat voters would consider buying an EV for their next vehicle, compared to only 13% of Republicans. Despite all this, that Tesla will be one of the biggest beneficiaries of Trump's second term. When analyzing the rapidly developing electric vehicle market, it's essential to have at least a basic understanding of data science, and with data analysis tools and techniques always advancing. You need to be constantly learning if you want to stay on top. That's where today's sponsor Brilliant comes in. Brilliant is a learning platform offering courses and data analysis, programming, math, and more. Their first principles approach helps you build understanding from the ground up. Each lesson is filled with hands-on solving that lets you play with concepts, a method proven to be 6 times more effective than watching lecture videos. Brilliant makes it easy to learn anywhere, right on your phone, with fun lessons you can do whenever you have time. Whether you're diving into a new topic or doing a quick practice session, you can level up on the go in just minutes. For example, their data analysis course teaches data visualization algorithms, regression models, and more. From the beginner to advanced stages, you'll learn how to parse and visualize massive data sets, including data sets from sources like Airbnb, Spotify, Starbucks, and more. To try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days, visit Brilliant.org/Wall Street Millennial or scan the QR code on screen, or you can click on the link in the description. You'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription. And now back to the video. After many years of meteoric growth, Tesla seems to be nearing saturation. In 2020-4, Tesla delivered 1.79 million vehicles to consumer, a marginal decrease compared to the 1.81 million cars they delivered in 2023. There are few reasons to explain this stagnation. Like all Western automakers, Tesla is losing market share in China as homegrown Chinese EV makers offer much better value for money. For example, XPeng's recently released Mona M03 starts at the equivalent of $17,000 US. This is about half the cost of a Model 3 in China. In the domestic U.S. market, Chinese EVs are effectively banned by HI, but Tesla is nonetheless losing ground at home. Over the past few years, a wide range of new EVs have entered the market and have started eating away at Tesla's market share. In 2021, more than 70% of EVs sold in America were Teslas. In the first 9 months of 2024, Tesla's market share fell to below 50% and is continuing to fall. Tesla's biggest competitors in the U.S. are the Hyundai Group, which has 9.5% market share. GM and Ford each have about 7% market share, and Rivian has 4.5% market share. In addition to competing with other brands, Tesla's also competing with itself. Until relatively recently, there weren't very many Teslas on the road. This made them difficult to come by on the second-hand market. At the peak in 2022, the average listing price of used Teslas exceeded $65,000. There were long wait times to buy a new Tesla. This has created a situation where used Teslas will sometimes sell for greater than their new prices. As Tesla ramped production, wait times decreased and more Teslas hit the second-hand market, thus causing prices to collapse. Today, there are plenty of Model 3s and Ys and even old Model S's selling for well under $20,000. When you can get such bargains on the used market, there's less of a reason to pay double the price for a new one. Another problem with Tesla is that its product lineup is growing stale. Historically, they've released a new model approximately once every 3 years. The Model S was released in 2012. The Model X in 2015, the Model 3 in 2017, the Model Y in 2020, and the Cybertruck in 2023. While Tesla's technically kept up its tempo of new releases, its latest release, the Cybertruck, has been a commercial flop. The Models S, X, 3, and Y all share a common design language characterized by smooth aerodynamic curves and a minimalist aesthetic. While these models look distinct in size and function, they all adhere to a cohesive, sleek form factor that has become synonymous with the brand. In stark contrast, the Cybertruck is a radical departure from this design philosophy, embracing sharp angles, a stainless steel exoskeleton, and a futuristic, almost alien appearance. This was a big risk. When you see a Cybertruck driving down the street, it immediately grabs your attention more so than any other car. This can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you want. When Tesla first unveiled the Cybertruck in 2019, they claimed it would cost less than $40,000 and at 500 of range. At first, there was much excitement for the truck. By 2023, they had almost 2 million reservations, but it only cost $100 to reserve a Cybertruck, and that $100 deposit was fully refundable. When deliveries finally began in late 2023, the truck was very different from what consumers were initially led to believe. At first, Tesla delivered the Foundation series, which cost $100,000 each. They subsequently launched the standard version, which starts at $80,000, double what must in 2019, and instead of 500 miles of range, it only has 325. In other words, Tesla ended up charging double the price for a worse product than what they initially promised. Tesla does not disclose the number of deliveries for each model. They instead report 2 segments. The Models 3 and Y represent one segment. The second segment is all other models. This includes the Models S, X, and now the Cybertruck. In 2020-4, the Models 3 and Y represented 95% of Tesla's total deliveries. Now let's zoom in and look at only the other segment. Cybertruck deliveries began in November of 2023. So for the majority of 2023, the other segments only included the Models S and X. Thus we can estimate that Tesla delivered approximately 69,000 Models S and X in 2023. In 2020-4, the other segment delivered 85,000 cars, an increase of 16,000 versus 2023. Assuming Model S and X deliveries constant, Tesla only delivered a little over 16,000 Cybertrucks in 2024. This little, representing less than 1% of the company's total deliveries. At the end of the day, the Cybertruck is a very expensive car with a very niche appeal. It can't even be sold in Europe as its size, weight, and sharp angles do not comply with EU safety regulations. Excluding the Cybertruck, Tesla's lineup is getting stale. Now that there are dozens of competing EVs with a wide range of price points, features, and form factors, it's not surprising that this is eating away at Tesla's market share. As far as specific policies from the incoming administration, it's not immediately obvious how Tesla will benefit. Trump is expected to repeal the $7,500 EV tax credit passed by the Biden administration. Most EVs made in the United States are eligible for the tax credit, including Tesla's. U.S. EV sales are already decelerating. Back in 2022, EV sales were growing at an annual rate of 70%. Today, that rate of growth has fallen to about 10%. By this point, most of the early adopters have already bought EVs. If Trump indeed gets rid of the tax credit, EV sales will presumably decelerate further and may even decline. Surprisingly, Musk publicly supports the abolition of the EV tax credit. Musk says that all electric vehicle subsidies should be taken away. This will only help Tesla, but given that Tesla directly benefits from the tax credit, how can it possibly help? Tesla is the only automaker outside of China that we know makes profits from EVs. In the first 9 months of 2024, Tesla generated an operating profit of $5 billion, or approximately $4,000 for each car it sold. By contrast, most of the legacy automakers are believed to be losing money on EVs. For example, Ford discloses that it loses more than $1 billion per quarter in its electric vehicle division. The legacy automakers lack the economies of scale that Tesla has in EVs. Factories were not originally designed for the production of EVs, resulting in poor manufacturing efficiency. In terms of manufacturing cost, Tesla has a huge advantage. Assuming the tax credit is repealed, all U.S. EV makers will be forced to reduce prices to maintain sales volumes. This will cause even greater losses for the legacy automakers. They will likely reduce EV production as a result. Thus, Tesla's market share within EVs will increase. Tesla will take a bigger slice of a smaller pie. It's hard to predict whether the net effect will be positive or negative in the long run. We don't know for sure that all the legacy automakers are losing money on EVs. The second largest seller of EVs in the United States is a Hyundai Group, which also owns the Kia and Genesis brands. They currently have 9.5% market share of USIVs. Hyundai does not disclose the profitability of its EV segment, but its consolidated profits have been increasing over the past couple years, even as they have ramped up EV production. Thus, it is unlikely that they are losing a lot of money for each EV they sell. They may even be making a profit. Another big piece of Trump's agenda is protectionist trade policies. Trump has vowed to place tariffs on imports from China and the European Union. Tesla operates factories in both China and the EU. In 2023, 22% of Tesla's revenue came from China. Tesla does not disclose how much of its revenue comes from the EU, but it's probably also around 20%. If Trump follows through on its promise to start trade wars, U.S. companies including Tesla may face retaliation in both of these important markets. Tesla has been developing self-driving technology for more than a decade. Today, they sell their full self-driving software for $99 per month. Despite its name, FSD does not enable the car to drive itself. It is instead a driver assistance feature that still requires a human driver to be attentive at the wheel and ready to take over at any time. For many years, Musk has promised a fully robo-taxi that can drive safely without a human at the wheel. Musk has repeatedly hyped up the economic potential of this promised robo-taxi, using it to justify Tesla's lofty stock market valuation. On this channel, we've made numerous videos debunking many of Musk's claims about the safety of full self-driving. You can find these videos linked in the description below, and it's not just us who's skeptical of Tesla's full self-driving technology. In 2020-4, the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration released a damning report about Tesla's autonomous driving technology. The federal regulator found what it calls a critical safety gap in Tesla's autopilot system, which it links to hundreds of collisions. Trump may decide to turn a blind eye to the safety concerns and implements a regulatory framework more favorable to Tesla's robo-taxi ambitions. With that being said, it's unclear how much power Trump will actually have over robo-taxi regulations. For the past couple years, Google-owned Waymo has been offering fully autonomous robo-taxi rides in San Francisco. Waymo received approval from California's Department of Motor Vehicles as well as the California Public Utilities Commission. The federal government played no direct role in the approval. Given that robo-taxi approvals happen at the state level, it's unclear whether or not Trump can help Tesla's robo-taxi ambitions even if he wants to. Overall, it's difficult to see how Trump will benefit Tesla. So, what can explain the massive post-election rally in Tesla's stock price? A rational explanation may not exist. Take the example of Dogecoin. The price of Dogecoin has more than doubled since the election and now boasts a market capitalization of almost $60 billion. There is no rational reason to explain this rally, as Dogecoin has no fundamental value. People just bought Bitcoin because it is associated with Musk and his Department of Efficiency. Tesla may be experiencing a similar dynamic. Investors see that Musk is friends with Trump and reflexively buy the stock. It might just be as simple as that. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video. Do you think Tesla will benefit from the incoming Trump administration? Let us know in the comment section below. As always, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Wall Street Millennial signing out.